Hey Justin, thank you for accepting my invitation to Liechtenstein. I'm very happy that you're here.
Thank you for having me. It's been an honor and a blessing to come here, and I really appreciate it. It's been great.
Thank you very much. I'm so happy. So we have done together a fight scene and a seminar with the kids, adult, and no kids, youth, and adults together, and it was really. I really enjoy what how do you teach and also the group how they have fun. So and this is such a great time that they had, and thank you so much again for this.
Oh, I appreciate it. The experience of everything was amazing. Then the fight scenes were awesome. We got to do some really cool stuff, which was really cool, and cool stuff that we don't get to normally do with other people, because which is great. We share this common theme of trying different martial arts and letting it show, and it shows in the video, which is I'm excited for people to see. So they're gonna see all that fun stuff in there. And then teaching the seminars, it was your kids were amazing. They were awesome, and your adults as well. Very open-minded and are ready to learn and fun. They were very fun. I got to have a lot of fun with them, so that was awesome.
Perfect. And they are also, well, what is very important for me, they has to be ready to inspire it. So they are open for inspiration. So this is very important. So this brings them step by step forward. This is so important.
Yeah. I always tell people, think of yourself as a cup, right?
Yeah.
Empty the cup, right? Empty your mind, then you fill it back up, and you keep pouring it out, let more back in. And so that it was great to see them accept something different, something new.
Yeah.
Or even if they heard it before, it's at least they get to hear it again. It's just very important.
But it is so special. Of course, the roundhouse kick, the side kick. Okay, they know because they also train it. But if it see it from you, it's completely different and new and motivational. And this is the point. To become a good athlete or budoka, it doesn't matter. You need repeat, and for repeat you need motivation, and this is the best way,
Yeah, Bruce Lee would always say, right? There's do not fear the man that does 10,000 kicks, but fear the man that does one kick 10,000 times.
Yeah.
The fact that they get to repeat this, but they see it differently or see it from someone different. It's very important. Even from us training, we saw a lot of the same techniques, but from different people, and these little details make a big difference in your training.
Absolutely. About fight scenes, could you tell me 1, 2, or 3 fight scenes which really inspired you?
Yeah, I think. One comes from Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon. Let me go back. I think Game of Death was one of my favorites between him and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar,
the
really tall basketball player. But seeing, because I was always small and short, so seeing someone that's small beat someone that's taller and use his mind, which was really great. But of course, Bruce Lee inspired a lot of martial artists around the world, especially for acting. But then you have Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan, for me, he's my all-time favorite.
I think the same.
Yeah.
I think the same. Also, Bruce Lee, and. The problem was we watched it 20, 30 years later.
Right.
So then we try to watch Bruce Lee movies, but you have just 3, 4 movies. Yeah, you look, and then you see Jackie Chan. Yeah, and he's keep going. He's active, and then also switched and looked to also him. And
that's true, because and it's funny you said that, because when I go back and look at Bruce Lee movies, it's there's only so many things that he does. It's kind of the same. It becomes the same, and you're like, oh, okay, it's good, it's great, it's fun, but Bruce Lee's capabilities are amazing, but you don't see, it's not as dynamic or like wow, like Jackie Chan, like he has so many stuff. He does all these stunts, and it's just like so amazing. One of my favorites is the movie Drunken Master with Jackie Chan. He did this fight scene with this guy with like the kicking. Yes, yeah.
You know, he is one of his stunt team, and he also was his bodyguard.
Oh, really?
I read this in his book. Yes.
No way.
About this man with
His leg was amazing.
Wow, amazing, yeah.
It was ridiculously fast.
This is also one of the, and also this fight is one of Jackie Chan's in his book 10 or 20 of his best fights. He told this by himself. This is one of his best fights.
Wow, yeah. It was an amazing fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it's just so dynamic. The leg was insane. And then Jackie Chan's, obviously Jackie Chan does a great way of like changing the styles.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I enjoy.
Yeah.
You know, because to see the different styles and to see, the play of them, and to use it in one single fight scene. That was amazing. Yeah. So I think that was my favorite one right there.
And also we talked about the Benny the Jet. It is also a special.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Jackie Chan
two fight scenes. The Benny the Jet.
Yeah,
it is also.
That was amazing.
Very, very.
Yeah, it was super fast. It was so fast.
And I've seen it 1,000 times. And if we look it now, I look at it again and again. I'm so motivated by this, and this is, I think, one of the greatest things what you can do, like something which you can produce, and it inspires again and again. Not something which you say, I have seen it, I don't want.
It over.
Yeah, it is so fantastic. So.
Yeah, but I think my favorite movie of all time has to be Rumble in the Bronx.
Rumble in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just because the fight scenes were amazing. But also like how he used his environment, like how he used certain things, like the table flip off.
This is Jackie Chan.
This is Jackie Chan. That's what he does the best.
Yeah.
But he uses his environment so good. Like everything around him becomes a weapon. Like this bar stool, he uses a lot of bar stools. He uses that really well. But stuff like that. Yeah. But you're right. Every time I watch it, I always get like. We call it amps, but it's like excited, right? Really excited to go train, like, or to do that. Like, I want to try that.
Yeah.
Every single time I see it, no matter how many times I see it.
Yeah. I feel the same, and also I watched these movies with my son. He's 5 years old, and I Rumble in the Bronx. I show him 1 week ago the scene, and also what have me motivated. I try to show him the sources. This was the sources which me motivated. So and he also liked it.
That's awesome.
So and this is so important for martial arts. We need a motivation. We need a motivation, and. About the concept, now I invite world champions and do a seminar, and then also a fight scene is also a big motivation behind this. Also for myself, when I invite somebody, so I would like to be good on shape, because very good. We need a goal. So when we go to competition, we know. So if you have no competition, it's difficult.
It's hard. Yeah.
It's hard to train like this. So and this is a very good project. So to motivate myself. This is on my way. When you do now other stuff, so you have another motivation.
Yeah. So kind of the same thing. That's why I've been doing the stunts and the acting for a different type of motivation. Because we've done martial arts tournaments for a long time, and there's only so much you can do. You won a lot of world champions, you've been a lot of places, and at some point it becomes over and over and over again. It's like I don't know what else to do, and I didn't want to feel like that, because I saw people from the past get stuck. They become world champions and they do so much, and then they don't do anything else in life.
Exactly. So on these interviews, I always talk about this
Like what's the next
Yeah,
steps?
yeah. That's one of the also my motivation when I look after the competition. What is now? So and when I see the world champions don't be active, so it was not a good motivation for me that I can say so this way until the end, and in the end it is not.
There's nothing else.
There's nothing else. Yeah. So you have to think and before.
Right.
Because when you go until the last moment, so you injury, you're hurt, and also you get tired. You know, you are older, and your regeneration, everything is difficult. And then to start, and then with the new project, it's difficult because it needs so much power.
Right. That's why people ask me, like, that's exactly. People ask me all the time, like, hey, you're still 28, you're young, why aren't you still fighting? And I was like, well, I mean, if I just focus on fighting my whole life and then I don't have this time to focus on something else that goes further than that. So that was my motivation, is I needed a different spark, a different fire. And one of them was teaching. Like, I started doing seminars and teaching all over, and then, running the schools, and that's a great motivation as well, because, you see the kids, you get to inspire the kids, the next generation, and help them grow. But there still needs to be your personal one, something you need to do for yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you can help others, but one way to help others is also to help yourself. Make sure you stay in shape and you stay hungry and growing.
Perfect.
And I found this in doing the stunts and acting. I found that I can take my martial arts and then use it in this. And I was like, oh yeah, that makes me so excited. And then it reminds me when I was a kid, watching the movies, and it's like I get to be a part of that now.
Yeah.
And it's like, and one of my biggest all-time motivation is showing that martial artists, can do this really well, and we have been in the past, but they kind of forgot that, in the present. They use a lot of dancers and break dancers and gymnasts, acrobatics, because they look good, they look great, it makes the movie look good, but and sometimes martial artists, they tend to be too, they have a big ego, and they're like, that's, like you said last time when we talked, is that that's not real, or that's not good, and it's like, why not? Like, it can be, but the whole point is it's a movie, it has nothing to do with, martial arts, but what's cool is the representation of martial arts in these movies.
Yes.
And that's why I find, like, I don't know, it's great. It's great for us, because at least our history, our art is represented in this. And I don't know if you feel the same way, but
exactly the same. You are. I don't know if I can express, but you talk through my soul. Exactly the same thinking about this. And what I really liked about fight scenes is the point. If you do fight scenes, so all the martial arts comes together, because you use it. When you are fighting, you need this. Or even when you make just cool scenes, but you take something, from taekwondo, you take from karate, from boxing, then you take something from grappling, you take something from jiu-jitsu. So because you need this. So and it helps you to be open-minded.
Right.
And if you not do this, then you will be, you are separated. So you say, okay, no fight scene, and also no competition, because martial art is no competition. Fight scene is not real. So we just do this style, and like this, and like this, and like this, and it has masters with this thinking, and also followers, and a lot.
Yeah.
But I think this is for when I look, so for the when you be open-minded, you have more if you are thinking others. So the persons which think like this, they can stay there, but this is not my world, because I feel when I with these guys together, because before I worked with different federations, so I don't feel comfortable. So I don't feel good, because I feel like this, because hey,
makes you feel stuck.
Yeah, because I start with 5 with my father, and I'm happy that I'm talented, and also I train. So I train a lot of things. So and now now, just example, so just do Shotokan karate or Goju-ryu karate or just do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, nobody tells to me I have to do it, but I don't know if I'm from a family and the family say this is, you have to do it, so you have no other choice maybe, but I am free. So that's the reason.
Yeah.
What I think, to be open-minded, and with a fight scene you can do a lot of things and bring together.
Right.
And also, as you said before, represent the universal martial arts.
Yes.
So when just a question, when I look to Jackie Chan, I think every martial artist, he inspired every martial artist because he uses pieces from everything.
Yeah.
So, but if you go say, okay, Jackie Chan, this is just film, but his kick, when you do Taekwondo, he make amazing kicks. So what is now? So. And also one thing very important what I would like to share with you. So I trained with my father, watched the Bruce Lee movies and Jackie Chan, and then I went to the dojo, the first dojo, karate dojo. And then we trained there Zuki and Jodan-oke and Chudan-oke, and as a child, if we look today, how do you train the kids? And when we think 30 years before, how they train the kids, the military style. Not pedagogic, I can remember karate trainings 1.5 hours for a kid, 90 minutes.
So tough.
And you stay. I can remember. You stay on the point. You don't do something. No running, nothing. So
I was growing up the same way.
Yeah, the same way. Old school. Zuki, faster, better, stronger, over and over. And then shikodachi or kibadachi, and stay there and do it. So when I think about this, and I look the movies, and I think in this age, so the movies are reality because they do things which you really do in the reality. But the training, it should be reality. But Jodan-oke and all this stuff, okay, I know for what is this, and it's helps you. But if you think when you invest your whole life in this, so this is not enough for me.
Right.
So this was the changing situation. Right. The movies was for me more reality than the training. So this was a funny thing.
A little change in mindset.
Yeah.
And I think now, that's what happened, because before in the movies they had fighters, right? They would see fighters and champions, and like Chuck Norris, and he was a champion, and Bill Wallace, and Benny the Jet, and all these fighters that, even the one I told you, Akeem Alston, when he was on Mortal Kombat, they brought these fighters to the movies. Then they realized, because they're certain ones are very in their own way, very egotistical in their style, like it has to be a certain way, or they're hard to work with. That's when they started going to the dancers, these acrobats, these performers, because they can perform.
Yes, and also they need flexible people.
Yeah, flexibility. And it's not just flexibility and legs, but also mind.
That's the point.
So that's exactly what they did. And but I think now is a great time for martial artists to come back to be forefront of the stunt world or the acting world, because now it's a little bit better, because we're starting to see, especially with sport karate or sport martial arts, the blends of different styles in one that create a great martial artist. And I think it's important, like you said, that everyone learns different styles, not just be fixed to one. It's good to start with one. Like, I started Shotokan, it was my style, and I still do Shotokan because, it's been with me since I was a kid, since I was a baby. It's good to have one, that's your foundation, but to grow from there, like you have your tree, right? Your tree has the roots, and then from that roots it grows a beautiful tree that branches out and have their leaves, right? And that's what I feel like with styles is to martial arts. You have your root, your base style that you grew up in, and then you learn all these different styles that take you to different places, and then that creates this beautiful art, and that's what martial arts is all about, right? It's not just a style, but this blend of all these things, and it becomes whoever this character is, this person is. And I think through the stunts, you know, it will help better. You know, it will help me more, motivate me more to learn more styles and to do different things, so I can represent that in the film.
Yeah. And it also helps when you have a thinking like this, you know, to stay good on shape.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you are open to learn, you are open to try.
Yeah, when you stop competing, it's hard to stay in shape.
Yes.
It's hard to stay in shape. So this definitely helps. Yeah, learning the different styles now I can, and now I'm excited to do it too, because you know you train so much. You know, sport karate or, you know, tournament style, you know, it gets boring.
Yeah.
You know, but now I like to learn something different. It's like, oh, that's fun. And so it's like I'm a kid again.
Yeah.
You know, I get to learn, I get to try. And so now I'm working hard, but I'm having fun doing it. So I don't think about it. It keeps me in shape.
You told this before, stay hungry and always keep the fire inside.
Right.
Yeah. So this is very important.
That's how you do it. Those different styles, learning different things from different people.
What I really like about this is when I was competing and also teaching. So, and then the competition for some years I reduce it. So I do get vinegar, get less. So teaching was more.
Oh, okay.
And at this time, so the teaching was for me really difficult, because you teach from beginning, but in your mind you know the world, how good they are. So, and you say, okay, but teaching is good, but it's not my world. My world is there because to fight against, very good. So then you practice in the dojo, you fight, and the level is, and you try, but the people has not so much time. Train 5 days, 3 hours. And this time was also a difficult time for me. So I think I need something which I can motivate myself, and through this, I think I become a better teacher through the fight scene. So and nobody think about this angle. And I think mostly they think, good fighter, make show, but not a sensei. You know, a sensei is something he stay,
right.
You know, and
very strict.
Yeah, straight. And you know, the sensei, he don't need to do fight scene because he
knows it's not real life.
Yeah, it's not real. You know this kind of. So, and it was difficult to when I start first with this. You had to become so accepting, or so. Right. They say, the show guy. We know you do show. Please, this show we fight just 4 or 5 hours. So, and the rest, the whole life I teaching and training. So I don't be on the set and so. This is just short time. But when you look from the outside, they think, this is a showman.
Right.
So, and this is also the point when I watched a lot of senseis around the world, especially in Japan, Okinawa. I was really concentrate there. So if you want to be a sensei, a teacher, so it is very important that you have a low ego. Mm-hmm. This is very important, and be open, and to do what you do and teach with love, and don't present you too much, because you have to just be one step over the students. When they become up, you can go there, but if they are there and you show always here and show how good you are, so right. I think all these senseis, they need fight scenes, because then they come down, and then you can really then you can really show what you can in the fight scenes. So also my students, everything, see, and when I teach, so I just teach for them. I'm here for them, and today, I think when we look today, when you could see my heart, how I'm how happy I am, because I've seen you kicks and you show, because I show them, and then you think as a teacher. So I would like that they notice what I show, and they have to know with their soul not just listen to me and understand something. With your soul and everything. And when you are here and you show them and they see your machine gun kick and so, and they say, wow, I would like also become one of this type of fighters, of teachers. So, and this is so important.
Yeah, everyone, it's great that you give them that opportunity to learn from other people too, because not a lot of people do that.
Yes.
You know, and I always thought that was big, because we have different instructors, you know, at the schools over there that I teach at, and we always change the instructors because we want them to feel comfortable with different people. Mm-hmm. You know, learning from different people and learning how everyone has their own style. Yeah. And their own way or approaches to things, and it might be the same thing, like they're all teaching the same punch, but you hear it differently from each person, and that might inspire someone differently. Like I might learn from this person better or hear it better because they like that way. Yeah. Or I might like it this way because I like that way. But it just helps with the learning. It helps with the inspiration, like you said earlier, right? It helps inspire different people, and it might be the same thing. It might be, hey, we all do the same kick, but it's just because he said it, I learned it, or she said it, I learned it better, you know. It's just, or because I had this funny little rhyme or a little saying that goes with it, and it helps make them remember. It just, you know, but it was cool to see that the openness, you know, because you're open, you can see that your students were open, you know. And I think that's important for all martial artists to learn. And, you know, that's what I try to teach my students back in, you know, Atlanta, is to always stay learning, right? That's the key. Like when you go to Japan, they you know, if you call someone a master, they laugh about it, right? Like, oh, master, and they laugh. They don't see themselves as a master. Mm. They just see themselves as a student that never stopped learning.
This is so important.
And it's very important that you just don't, you know, you just learn from different people, different things, and you have this open mind, and that's how you grow. And one person might inspire someone else, and that person might inspire someone differently, and then that's how you create this whole chain of inspiration. Right?
In this time we live with YouTube and with everything. So if you're not are ready to learn from everything, and if you have this opportunity to get know, so 1 month, or I don't know, from August to December, 3 world champions visit my school. Before you, Timothy Boss from Italy, and before him was Laszlo here. So hey, this is really, you know, you have the best basics to become also very good, and if you don't use it, then this is your problem.
So, you lose out.
Yeah. Because in my childhood, I have nothing. Not even a dojo. We train in a gym, so it is not the same feeling. And I looked, and I think this is one of the reasons. So I stay hungry. So I told you. So I tell the teachers and say, when I get older, I would like to have a dojo. And they say, yeah, but you know, we are not living in America. It's difficult to get a dojo because we are just 35 or 40,000 people here. You know, there is different. So, and I'm really happy that we have a dojo. And so now you are the first from USA. So. It is fantastic. It's a dream come true, yeah.
It was a dream to be here. I mean, just looking outside, like it's just beautiful. This place is beautiful. This is a beautiful dojo. I love everything about it. I love, you know, the way you teach. You know, you teach, the way you give back, and how you inspire your kids, and how they were open. It's just, I love every experience about it. It's just been amazing. And it's funny because, you know, like how we have this similar background. And a lot of things, actually, we think a lot of it. I think it's because of a lot of times I like to say, you know, things that you do now is because of your past. You know, and if we look back in our past, you know, we were it was very traditional, very strict, you know, and it was like, Even my father was my instructor, and he was very, this is the way. And, and I love it. He's a great Shotokan, master. I love learning from him. I still learn from him, which is great. But it wasn't until I moved to Florida and I started learning from different people that I became better in fighting and a better martial artist, because I was like, now I get, and it was kind of like I was keeping a secret. It's like, now I get to learn from this person. I won't tell my dad, but, but now I get to learn this. I get to learn Taekwondo. I get to learn Goju. I get to learn this and that and that. And I just, even now, I was like, I can learn Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, and do all this stuff, and I have fun with it. And it's funny talking to my dad about certain things, because he's like, oh, why do they do it that way? And I was like, well, let me explain to you. But it's funny, our past, being very strict is a reason why we're so open now. And it's just it's just very important. I think it's super important. But going back to what you said about the self-motivation, like you lose time for yourself because you're teaching so much, and I think it's true, and I think that's why I don't teach as often as I used to, because I try to focus on myself a little more, because now if I focus on myself and I get to grow myself, I can go back and give them more. And
you have much more experience.
Much more experience, exactly. And again, I don't want to get stuck in the same way, like, no, this is the way. Because then if I learn something that's like, oh, that's better. I can't go back and be like, hey, that's not the way anymore. I want to keep growing, so I'm like, hey, I learned this. Or hey, they do this over here, try this. I think that would be, it's super cool doing that. But it's important, focus on yourself, and then you can give back.
Fantastic. And as a teacher, it's really important that you are satisfied with yourself.
Yes.
And then you will be, and you are a good teacher, because if you have no problem with yourself, so it is because the students feel this.
Yeah, they do.
So this
if
is
you don't
important.
have if you lose passion, you can't have passion for them.
Yes.
And it's not fair to them.
Yes. I always think about this. Sometimes I have so much problem, but they come just for 45 minutes. And sorry, but in these 45 minutes, you can be you have family, you have kids, you have a job and everything, and you have so much to do and projects. But when they are here, so it's important that you are 45 minutes, the concentration from the martial arts, from a kata.
All about that.
It's all about that. Because it's, as you told, it's not fair, because they don't something de können nichts dafür. Ich sage mir. It's not their problem, When you have,
It's not their situation.
Yes.
Not their issues. Whatever's going on with you, you can't put it on them. No, I agree. I think it's important that, however long you're teaching, 45 minutes, it's about their growth.
Yes.
And then outside of that, it's about your growth. But you're right. In that moment, it's about them. It's about making them feel like there's no worries in this world.
Yes.
And it's all about getting opportunity to train and to grow.
Yes, and to forget, the children has also problems, so help them to forget the problems, so empty their minds, good training. And today, when we looked, you have done 2 trainings, and the second training you sweat more. And this was the little one. Because
you got to stay on them all the time, and I was so focused on each and one of them.
The concentration, because when you are not focused on them, just some seconds. So you lost them. So you have always hold them on the line.
Every single second. We call that we call it downtime.
Downtime.
So when I teach instructors, I talk about downtime, and how it's important, for older kids, adults, to have a little downtime, because they can't go like kids can. But in between that, you're explaining and demonstrating and like helping them develop certain things. With kids, their attention, like if you have the downtime, then they're like, oh.
Yeah.
And now they're in a different world.
Yeah.
So it has to be constant motion and something happening all the time. So yeah, even if I'm doing 100 kicks with the adults, but because I'm explaining, I have this downtime that I can like relax.
Yes.
But with the kids, it's like constant.
Yes.
And so I was sweating, and it was less time too. And I was like, oh. But it's fun at the end of it. But it's very tiring. Yeah,
it's really it was really for me enjoyable to watch you and think, I feel the same, and I think if you want to make a good training, that's only the way.
Right. Yeah.
You are tired after this and sweat, but this is the only way to catch them. So many clubs or organizations are here around. They just take children up to 8 years old or 7 because 4 or 5 or 6, this is so difficult.
It's difficult, but those are the most influential times.
Yes.
I started when I was 3.
Yeah, fantastic.
Very young, and because of that, it influenced my life, And I think whether they decide to do karate or a different sport, this is a great foundation to have.
Yeah.
If they decide to do martial arts or they become a soccer player or anything, because they have martial arts, it makes them stronger, it makes them more balanced more and have more confidence, and all these life skills that we teach them is super important to have, whether they decide to do
for their future,
anything in the future. They want to be a doctor, a lawyer, anything they want to do. This is a great foundation to have. So
Great
I think
basis.
starting them young is the best thing,
Yes.
But you're right. If you start them young and you teach the traditional way, they become afraid, and they don't.
That's the point. What I would like to telling you. My daughter is 2.5, and when we train, she's playing there. 2.5, and it doesn't matter. And sometimes I have children with 12. They come inside and they want to go out, with 12.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
They're not used to it. Yeah, they're not used to it. But also when you have the strict way of teaching, it becomes boring. It becomes scary.
Yeah.
And you gotta understand that how much percentage become black belts.
Yeah.
Like the person, you have a bunch of white belts on the floor, 10% of them in the future are going to be black belts. That's the honest truth, right? If you have more, 20, 25%, that's amazing, because not a lot of people stick with it.
Yeah.
But if you have them for a month or a year or for 5 years, however long you have them, you're going to try your best to make it the best time ever for them, and to make them feel inspired to do whatever they want, however long you have them. I think that's why that's why you want to get them young, because you're like, I want them to have a great life, feel fulfilled, and have a great foundation with it. And I think that's important, why to start them very young.
Yeah. I think for me, it's the only way to start young. It's important. That's the reason why I also teach so young. It's difficult, but it is very, very good. What I want to say is, you are on the sources, and then I write you from Liechtenstein. So what's your feeling?
But I started looking at more videos and doing like my research, because that's how I am. I love doing my research on
Perfect.
As much as I can, right? I was doing my research and watching your videos, and I was like fascinated. I was like, whoa, like he's doing these tricks and traditional weapons and fighting, kumite, point, kickboxing. I was like, it didn't matter. I was like, looks great. I was like, looks fantastic. And then I looked at the videos and I was like, he's not able to do everything he wants to. And I could tell. Yeah. And I was like, because your talent was just, wow.
Oh, thank you.
It was amazing. I was like, and so much that I showed my students. And I think my wife Juliana, you know, she told you. I did. I showed my students. I was like, the people I was training. Actually, these are like they're other champions. They're adults, and they do the NASCA. They're NASCA World Champions, and they fight. You know, and I was like, hey, come over here. I was like, I want you to watch him. I want you to look at this. And I was showing him your videos, and I say, see how he, like, you can tell he's a blend of all these styles, and he uses different styles to beat certain people. It's like tools, right? I was explaining earlier, it's like tools. Like you pull out this tool against this person, and you pulled out this tool against this person because it works for you, and you know it will work against them, which is great. And not a lot of people are like that, and that's how I know. It's like, this man is very smart. He's a smart martial artist. He's a legit martial artist. Like, he's someone that takes martial arts serious, and is not strict about it, but open. I can see that just by looking at it. So I was really excited, and that's why I messaged. I was like, hey, we're gonna do some great stuff.
Yes.
Because I was like, you know, I've never seen someone else like that. You know, it's hard to find someone else like-minded, and you can see like has a traditional background but open as well. You know, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be fantastic.
I felt this when we stay and first scene. You know what we want to do? Kick comes. I think it's so speed. Oh, so nice. You know, first kick. I think, okay, I really like it. So it is a great motivation.
Yeah. And it was even better when I met you, and to see the, you know, because one of the things that I always get concerned about, because everyone knows I love to joke.
Yeah. I
laugh, I joke around a lot, and I always see like how the person truly is when I start joking with them, and see how they respond back. Oh, you joke with me, you know, you laugh with me, and then we talk serious and go back to joking, but we can. It's comfortable, very comfortable, and it's very like-minded. And then I got to learn more about, you know, your style and about what you teach and what you do. And even more respect, you know. I gained even more respect and more love, you know, for what you do and who you are. And I was like, this is amazing. I love it. I'm honored that you have.
I'm honored too, and I wish I could talk better English to explain what is in my heart, because you talk like this. I'm so happy, and yes, I feel I'm very honored. And it's a fantastic time, and one of the best things in my life that you coming and accept the invitation. You know, thank you so much. And when we talk about the fight scene, so we make long shots. It's not just one or two techniques. So we get tired, and we joked and like this. So we relaxed, and again. So I think this was one of the reasons our energy was very good level. And even if it's get hard, we just joke and relax, and again.
Yeah.
So.
And we're both picky. Like we were like, nah, I don't like the way the kick looked. Let's do it again.
Just do it for safety.
Just do it for safety. Yeah. But I loved it, because I was like, yes, he's like me. He's like, no, the kick wasn't good. I'm gonna do it again. And I was like, all right, cool, awesome. Do I do it again? And then from there we were like, you know, we just felt the flow. It was a good flow of energy going. You know, like we can laugh, then get serious, laugh, look at it, and go, no, we want better. We'll do it again. Yes. We were like, yeah, let's do it again.
We can do it. Because
we knew our capabilities, and we knew that, you know, we wanted to have this at a certain level that, you know, no one has seen before. So yes. Fantastic. And I'm really happy if we could do more fight scenes together. I would love to come back.
Really. I
got some really cool ideas for some next ones.
Yes, me too. And
we're not going to tell them yet, though. Keep it a secret.
Yes, keep it a secret. I think when we watch it, when it's finished, edited and everything, when we watch them many times, I think it will be fantastic. We have very good ideas for the next.
Nice. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. And yes, you have a lot of projects also in the movies.
So I'm still doing my seminars. You know, I travel a lot of places and do seminars there, and then next week actually we're going to be on set on a movie, which I don't know which. Forgot the name of the movie, but we'll find out more information as it gets closer. And then just next year, there's going to be a lot of different things. I think the Power Rangers episode that we did should be coming out next year, and hopefully we do more movies. I know we have a couple TV shows and movies lined up already to do, but one of our biggest things is we want to do some acting roles. Get in front of the camera. I think that's next year. It's going to be a lot of those, so we're excited. Me and my wife are super excited for these to come. So.
Fantastic. I wish you all the best, and all your dreams come true, and all your martial arts experience together with this, with acting and this part. I think it is, it's an amazing knowledge you can have in an action scene, as you say before. The break dancers or the other one, because you also bring a lot of spirit in this.
That's right. It's the martial arts spirit.
Yeah, martial arts spirit.
So
okay, maybe it's okay for the other one. They can do it, but the spirit. This is different.
It's real.
It's real. Yeah. And real. You have a big experience, and it's fantastic.
Thank you. I appreciate everything.
Yeah, a real big idol. When somebody looks to you and how you fight in the movies, and they say, "Wow, he's teaching." So this is such a great honor. When I was a child, we looked to Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan. When I they have a school somewhere, I will be so happy. But it's not possible. But this generation, we have this. Yeah, we make fight scenes and we teach. So this is a fantastic. I think a fantastic opportunity.
To create the next generation inspiration. Yeah.
Oh, they will be really good. If they use this, they will be really good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time, and I wish you all the best. Come on. Friend, thank you so much. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.